Hi everyone, this is Staffing CRM. We are building this specifically for the US IT staffing and bench sales recruiters to simplify daily work like managing consultants, tracking job requirements, matching profiles, and handling submissions, all in one place. This is an early MVP, and the purpose of this video is to show how a recruiter can actually use the CRM in day to day bench sales activities. Let's start with the dashboard. Here you get a quick overview of what's happening. Here we can see the total consultants. By clicking this, we can go up to the consultant page and we can view all the consultants available on our page. And we have on-bench consultants. Like if you have any W2 candidates, you can taste them. You can add them onto the on-bench card in the CRM. We have active jobs, submissions which has been done today, interviews pending in this week, average matching score of the candidates, and the active vendors. And if we scroll down here, we can see the weekly submission bar graph and top skills in demand depend upon the market situations. We have a graph which shows the different types of job roles. Here we can see the top matched consultants. Here we can see the consultant name, his skills, and his preferred job role. You can get it here by having the most submissions and the most interviewed candidate will be shown up here. If we scroll down here, we can see the hot job openings. Here we can filter it by high rate, more matches, latest, and depend upon the location and remote option. Now, let's go to the consultant section. Here, you can add a consultant by uploading the details and like skills, visa status, rate, availability, and we can upload the resume. Here we can see the personal information like first name, last name, consultant email ID, consultant primary mobile number, consultant alternate mobile number, and his professional details like his visa status, like he's on his own W2 or he's on to the bench for the marketing purpose or anything else if you need it, and his rate and location, and his preferred job role, and years of experience, skills, and you can upload his resume in a different format through your local drive. You can upload the resume in a PDF, docx with a maximum of 5 MB, and you can have an add additional information like notice. If he is in a notice period, you can add upon here, and his current company and his LinkedIn profile, and you can save the consultant and it will be shown onto the consultant page. Here you can filter or you can search for the consultant by his name, skill, location, and his visa status. And also you can filter by the status like bench or all status, or you can filter the candidates by their visa status. If you are not okay with the view in a table format, you can change it to the grid view. Here in actions button, you can have option to view the consultant profile both in the table view and the grid view. So once we open this profile, you can see the consultant details like his visa status, rate, matching score, latest update, and you can add his resume here too. And you can set you can add the multiple resumes, and you can set a primary resume as per your convenient. And if you scroll down here, you can have a performance analytics of the candidate or a consultant. If you go back to the consultants and in action button, you have an option called view resume. If you click it, we can view the resume of the consultant in a PDF manner, and you can have multiple options here, and you can select his secondary resume, or you can add upon the more resumes, or also you can download it from here, and you can also set as a primary from here. Now Let's move to the job requirements section. This is where recruiters add and manage job roles. Each job requirement captures the structured details like role, required skills, location, and job type. Instead of copying job description into a random notes or Excel rows, jobs are stored in a clean and searchable format here. And also, all the job requirements are classified into the two different types. One is the portal and one other is the vendor emails. All the requirements which needs to be redirected to the portal will be in the portal section. And here you can choose the open portal option so that you can redirect to the portal. Like if here we have a source called dice portal, so it will redirect to the dice portal. If you click the view matches here, it shows the consultants who matches to the job requirement. You can submit it through here, or you can tailor the consultant resume and you can save it in a different format, or else you can regenerate it with the AI in a three different formats. And if you submitted it before, it will be shown as already submitted. Or else, if you want to submit another candidate, click here the tailor resume and send it to the vendor. So the status will be applied and the email will be automatically generated here. And also you can send an email through the Outlook, Gmail, Yahoo. Now let's see the vendor emails. Here you can see the two different requirements. Now let's click one requirement view matches and the candidates are available here who matches the requirement. Here we can see the 91% match score. If you have any specific limits, like if the candidate matches above the 80, you can submit to the vendor directly. Then you have an option called submit to the vendor. By clicking here, the email will be automatically loaded here and the requirement has been applied to that candidate will be go to the submission tracker. Through here, directly you can send it to the email via Outlook. If you click here, we have an option to go through the Outlook. If you have a new requirement which were known by your near and dear friends or recruiters, so you can add a new job button here. You can add the job role, location, work type. If you want to include any job role through the portal, you must have to give a portal URL and the client chain like vendor company name, implementation partner, end client, and the vendor contact details, his email ID, working email ID, his contact phone number, and the vendor contact name, the rate, the minimum rate, and the maximum rate for the requirement. A full job description need to be pasted here, and you must have had a required skills here and the experience needed. The visa requirements, you can have a multiple selection option, and the job source where you have get the requirement, the source. If you got any email, you can add a vendor email, or you have been sourced from any of the portal, you can choose the different type of portals, or you have gotten the requirement from directly from the any vendor, you can add a direct client. And here, if any other recruiter added the job within your team, the name will be displayed here and you can save the job here. Now let us move to the vendor section. Here you will be visible all the vendors available in your team or in your vendor list. And here you can import your external vendor list to infuse in the CRM, or you can add a vendor like this: vendor company name, contact, email, and other reasons. Now let's move on to the submission tracker. Once the resume is ready, the recruiter can proceed with the submissions. Every submission is tracked inside the CRM. So You always know which consultant was submitted to which vendor for which role and the current status. No more confusion, no duplicate submission, and no guessings. Here, in the submission tracker, we can set up a rate while negotiating with the recruiter, like about 70. Then we have to update it. If you get any rate confirmation email, then you have to be update the submission tracker to submit it. And next, if any of your submission has got any interview, you have to update in the action button interview was scheduled, and the notes like the date, time, and the mode of the interview must be updated. Here you can see the newly updated interview. If the interview goes well, next option client interview was selected, or else the interview was rejected. You can simply have an option called reject and the reason for the reject and update the status. It will show in the rejected column. In the further developments, we go upon to the email automations like direct candidate applying, submissions to the vendors, rate confirmation, and the follow-up templates. Here, let us move on to the analytics. These are the analytics currently available. Your team performance, employee name, role, the submissions has been done, interviews, offers, placements, and his score. In the next, we go upon to the AI assistant. This will be the a beta version, and we can develop it in the further. We have a settings option here. Through this, we can control everything in the CRM by managing the integrations or requesting for the new integrations or managing the API keys, the appearance of this CRM like in a light mode or in a dark mode. And you can have a security two-factor authentication, or you can update it by changing the password. And we can have a notification preferences here. The weekly performance reports should be in a notification and all other things. So, why this CRM exists? The idea behind the Staffanic CRM is not to build a huge or complex systems. It's to show one real problem clearly, helping recruiters manage pain sales efficiently, transparently, and in one place. And most important thing, this is an MVP. We are actively sharing this with the recruiters to collect the honest feedback. What works, what doesn't, and what should be improved. Based on the real recruiters' feedback, we will continuously rebuild the platform. If you are a recruiter or a staffing company owner, we would really appreciate your feedback. What saves your time? What feels unnecessary? What would you want to change in the CRM? That feedback directly shape what Staffanic CRM becomes. Thank you for watching.